For the trim, just square stock. We're going to get in here today and do some grout. Put a piece of trim there. Changed out the dog scratched trim. Yep. Alright, so I came through with a dry towel and I buffed everything out to make sure there was no hint of the tile mastic left on there in dry form. I think we're going with a pretty light grout, so it's not as if it's going to really change the color of the grout, but you want to make sure you start with a nice polished clean surface, which this is. I'm going to be using a new sponge to clean the grout. I do put paper around the edge, tape paper around the edge. It just makes cleanup down the road easier. Not really necessary. This stuff, whatever. That's just me because I'm just that way. So let me show you what I'm going to be using to grout these tiles. All right, we got some clean water, clean enough bucket. This is the stuff I stuck this marble down with. The VersaBond fortified thin set mortar. I use a thin set mortar admix in place of water. This stuff is awesome. It increases the bond strength and it also increases the waterproofing. It kind of fills in the little air pockets that you would normally have. It's basically like a white glue. I mean, at least that's kind of what it looks like. But I add that to my mortar and it makes it the bomb. And we're going to save that for the next job down the street here. This is the grout we're going to use. It's a poly blend. Non-sanded grout. So also do up to an 1/8 inch grout line. Not bad. Custom building products. Let's see, I don't even know what color it is. Did I just miss it? Linen. Oh, cool. It's a linen number 122. Come on, linen. I always mix more than I think I'll need, because I like having extra in case you got to come back when you're doing your wipes. In the course of your wipes, if you wipe too much out of there, it's nice to have extra. I think that'll work. So just pour a little clean water in there. Just kind of eyeball it with my margin trowel. I have used, in the past, I have used the admix for grout, and it works really well, but it sure does make removal difficult. Let me tell you what. I don't think I need it on this one since I have cement board. I've got really good contact adhesion. I don't think there's going to be any water coming through. I believe I put the perfect amount of water in there. What's my ratio? I don't know. So that's where we are. That's where I like it. You see there are still a few lumps in here. I don't get too crazy on the lumps on the first mix. 3 lumps or 4. The moisture will get into those lumps, and I'm going to leave it set for about 8 to 11 minutes, and then I'm going to come back and give it a good stir after to make sure that the pigment and the color is consistent throughout. Alright, so it's been 11 minutes. Oh, that's nice. So you went from how loose it was before to that is just right. I'm going to give her a good stir. Jeez. It loosens back up. You definitely don't want to add more water to your mix. That's the way I like it. It's just about right. Actually, no, that is right. That's going to be what that's going to be. Oh, I'm tripodless. Let me see. I've got my well-loved margin trowel and float. That float's a little funky. What's going on? Now we're gonna see. I'm gonna clean that up real quick. That doesn't look right. I shouldn't have it on the countertop either. Sorry. Don't. Yeah, I'm listening to show tunes. Show tunes. What of it? So here's how when I put the mortar in there with the grout bag, it shrunk back a bit. So I'm going to float that out. Actually, I need to knock that back a little bit. I'm going to float that out with grout. And that should be just about right. I don't think that'll shrink back too much. And I'm just trying to keep the stuff off the ceiling. I don't know. I probably have touch-up paint for this upstairs. I don't know that for sure if I do. But see if you can tell. They did this spray texture on everything. There's such a wave. You see that depression there? I don't know how well you can see that. I don't have a broad knife with me. You see, these walls wave in every direction. Every direction. Maybe you can see it now that the dark line's on there. Right about there, it just kind of goes. Everything about these walls. And here's how you do it. You just put spray texture on everything. Over switch plates, receptacles. That's just lazy. I don't know, that's funny though. It does make me laugh a little bit. You guys can see the ridge there. I'm a plastering freak though. I love doing plaster work. So when I see humps like this that were left, I mean, I didn't do it, so I don't know what the bid was. I don't know who did it. Whatever. Here's the first swipe of grout. On here, I'm going to do that top ridge, and then I'm going to go take about an 11-minute nap, and then I'm going to come back and start wiping. So I'll be right back. So that's what I have left. That's probably, I don't know, about a baseball size. Maybe so. About a baseball. That's probably a little more than I would like to have left over, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. Sometimes when I come through here and I wipe, sometimes my wipe is a little too aggressive and I go too deep. Dude, too deep! And I need to schmutz a little fresh stuff on there, and that's why I like to leave an extra. And then when you're doing glass tile like this, sometimes there's air pockets in there that I didn't get because there's a lot of grout lines in there. So I always makes a little bit extra. I'm going to hit this down here. I'm just going to let it set for a few minutes. This is probably, yeah, see that's drying up. I could come in with, I really should be wearing gloves right now because this stuff really dries out my skin. I could hit that, but I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait a little bit longer. The tape I think is going to save me a ton of cleanup later. And it looks, in my opinion, it looks better than a piece of molding. He wanted, maybe put a piece of quarter round or something up there. Well, yeah, that's just something you got to paint, something to deteriorate. So we'll see. If he doesn't like it, I can always add molding up there later, but I suspect it's going to be just fine. Just fine. Okay, I'm going to go run around the block a couple times. And, yeah, piece of cake. We'll be right back. Yep. I do believe he will be happy with the outcome. So what I'm going to do now, while this dries, I'm going to start packing some tools away, clean the grout tools and the buckets and stuff. Actually, let's pull the tape. Let's see how screwed up my tape lines are. yesterday. It's mighty fine. I dug around in the garage. I found the paint for the trim. Paint those 2 legs. We're going to seal the grout, seal the stone. And that ain't horrible. I think they're going to like that. Looks better than the crappy tile they had on here before. It's nice and polished. I like it. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. I feel like I'm whipping you around a little bit. Yes, yes, yes. Get a coat of paint, get a coat of 2 coats of sealer on here. I'll show you what I'm going to do to seal this tile.